Thanks for staying with us. Amnesty International has decried what it described as the utter failure of the Nigerian authorities to learn from the outbreak of Chibok town in Borno State and ultimately to protect children. The non-governmental organization made the assertion in a statement on Friday upon the backdrop of the 9th anniversary of Boko Haram's abduction of 276 students from a girls' secondary school in Chibok. At least 98 girls are reportedly still being held by Boko Haram, and a slew of abductions have taken place since. Since the Chibok schoolgirls were adopted by Boko Haram, other schools have been targeted, with girls being adopted, raped, killed, or forced into marriages, Amnesty International noted. According to the group, the Nigerian authorities, however, have not carried out a single credible investigation into the security failures that left children vulnerable to the atrocities committed by Boko Haram and gunmen. The United Nations Children's Fund says over 6,800 children living in the Northeast have been subjected to grave violations of their rights. In a press release on Friday, a UNICEF representative in Nigeria, Christine Munduant, lamented the brutal consequences of conflict on children 9 years after 276 schoolgirls were adopted in Chibok and 96 girls still in captivity. She noted that the impact of the conflict on education is alarming, with repercussions likely to affect generations, stressing its devastating reality. She added that the recent abduction of 80 children in Zamfara State reinforces the urgent need for action to protect children in Nigeria. Explaining the devastating effect, Munduant said since 2014, there have been over 2,400 incidents of grave violations verified, affecting over 6,800 children in the Northeast. Speaking further, the UN body charged the government to rehabilitate all children encountered in the course of armed conflict or release from armed groups. The Kano State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps said it had arrested no fewer than 93 suspects for various crimes between January and March. The state commandant, Adamu Salihu, who revealed this in an interview in Kano on Friday, said the suspects were arrested for theft, vandalism, and criminal breach of trust, among others. He said 29 out of 93 suspects were prosecuted before the court of law, while 57 were under investigation and 7 convictions were secured within the period. Salihu reiterated the Corps' commitment toward protecting national assets and infrastructure and enjoined residents to support security agencies with useful security information to keep the state safe. Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State and the leadership of the Middle Belt Forum have called for the postponement of the 2023 census until internally displaced persons in the north-central geopolitical zone are resettled. Ortom made this call when he hosted the leadership of the Middle Belt Forum, who were in the state to commensurate with him over the killing of over 134 persons in 1 week. The attack occurred in the Ngbam community in the Guma local government area. The attack were allegedly perpetrated by herdsmen in Apa, Otukpo, and Guma areas of the state. The leadership of the Middle Belt Forum commiserated with the governor and used the occasion to appeal to the National Population Commission to shift the census start date from May 3, 2023, an appeal that resonates with the governor. According to Ortom, many lives have been lost in these attacks on Benue communities in the last 6 years, and he further explained that the state's anti-grazing law subsists and will be enforced after a 2-week of grace to allow herdsmen to exit the state. 3 Nigerian policemen have been sacked for unprofessional conduct after being filmed firing in the air to salute a popular singer. The 3 officers were on an escort duties with singer Dauda Adamu Kahutu, popular by the stage name Ra Ra Ra, when they fired shots as he made his way into his car. Charges against the officers were misuse of firearms, wastage of live ammunition, and abuse of power. The dismissal were announced on Thursday by police spokesman Olumuyiwa Adejobi. He said the decision was taken following complaint after footage of the incident went viral on social media. Ahead of Saturday's supplementary elections in 2,660 polling units across the country, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has assured voters of their safety at the polls. He also ordered the deployment of policemen to 185 local government areas across 24 states of the Federation where supplementary polls will hold on Saturday. The Independent National Electoral Commission had, during the February 25th and March 18 elections, declared some governorship and National Assembly and State Assembly polls inconclusive and directed a rerun. Widespread violence and voter suppression had marred the February 25th and March 18 polls, especially in states like Lagos, Rivers, among others, as thugs unleashed terror on voters at polling units, fueling voters' apathy. In a statement on Thursday, Force Public Relations Officer Muyiwa Adejobi said the police boss has ordered the adequate deployment of supporting personnel and additional logistics for effective election security management during Saturday's exercise. As relevant stakeholders gear up for Saturday's supplementary election in 8 affected polling units, which makes up 2 federal constituencies in Oyo State, the Independent National Electoral Commission has urged registered voters to come out en masse to exercise their franchise. The head of Department Voter Education and Publicity, Rosemary Adeni, stated this in Ibadan, where she assured that the electoral umpire was fully prepared toward ensuring that the will of the people counts at the polls. Our correspondent Samson Glory has more details in this report.
Altogether, we have 8 polling units only that the supplementary election will be taking place on Saturday. Please, everyone that is registered in those polling units should make sure that they go out to register. Please, we don't want to see anyone that is not registered in those polling units. No, if you know you are not registered in those polling units, you don't have any business there. We have the party agents that will be there, that will take care of whatever they want to take care of at the polling unit. But as we know all the activities concerning the election, all the things that we are supposed to know, that is that the election will start by 8:30 a.m. and end by 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
All right, the Lagos State government has suspended all development plans on Banana Island after the collapse of a 7-story building under construction on First Avenue. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday that this halt was subject to the comprehensive audit by the officials of the Lagos State Building Control Agency. He has revealed that the audit will help the state government determine the number of buildings being constructed without proper approval, as well as verify if approved buildings have been built in line with the approval limits provided. Nobody died in the incident, which occurred on Wednesday. 25 people were rescued from the site, which Lagos State Emergency Management Agency scanned with a high precision 3D laser imagery system for life and found no evidence of anyone trapped in the rubble. According to Mr. Omotosho, excavation of the site by LASEMA was ongoing using the architectural design, and the site has been divided into quadrants for painstaking search and rescue operation.